Hello YouTube, it's your guy here, the Pepperhead Savage Gardener. As you can see, we are in my grow tent today. This is my eye-powered grow tent. I'm getting tongue-tied. This tent has been very remarkable for me. It has grown a lot of peppers for me through the whole season. So what I'm going to show you guys today is how I start from scratch. It is the beginning of the season. If you want to get a jump on everything and be ahead of the game, I'm going to show you how to use some hydrogen peroxide. This is 3% hydrogen peroxide. I'm going to show you how much you add to the water and the benefits of what it can do for your seeds before you actually plant them in soil. Now, you don't have to do this, but usually when you do this, you get about a 95% success rate versus a 75 to 85%. So the choice is yours, but I'm going to do it, and I'm going to show you how to do it. It's just 2 days. Just be patient for 2 days, and you can get it done. So without further ado, let's get to soaking. All right, folks, before we get started, what I would like for you to know is I do have these sitting on a heat mat. And you want to put your water in a glass jar if you can. These here are what I have are mason jars. You can use any glass jar you would choose to, and suggest glass versus plastic, because you know plastic are made with oils and things like that. But the reason why I say this is because it might defeat the whole purpose of doing this, because the whole point of actually adding the peroxide to your water is to kill off any germs that might stunt the root growth when that seed starts to germinate. So before you actually put anything in your jars, whatever seeds you're going to do, you want to keep them separate. If you like me and peppers, if you don't care, then I guess you don't care, but go ahead and label each jar with the seed that you're going to put in there, and how much peroxide you want to add. Basically, for every cup of water you use a half a teaspoon of peroxide. Now, half a teaspoon of peroxide is like probably 2.0, between 2.0 and 2.5, because what I'm going to use here is a syringe, or you can use a capful. I mean, you won't hurt it if you go over that, but you don't want to overdo it. That's the whole thing, and you want to put something in there as well. Now, after you got each of your jars labeled and ready to go, let me explain a little bit more first real quick. This process is for, like I said, it kills off germs. A second reason is because of oxygen. Hydrogen peroxide is like a liquid oxygen. Everybody knows, just like a seed, it's like, you know, a baby in the stomach, right? You're still going to need oxygen, even though you're not actually eating things and all that on your own, but you're still going to need your oxygen. And before a plant becomes a plant and needs sunlight, it's always going to need oxygen. So as seeds, before it become a seedling, they're still going to need oxygen. And at the same time, this is going to kill off a lot of germs, which is going to give you that 95% of germination. And with them soaking first, that gives that hard shell time to absorb liquid and oxygen. So it's actually have a lot of benefits doing this process. You can get it from putting them in soil first, but you know, to each his own. I do recommend this right here highly. But this process is called scarifying. I like to call it scarification. And if you want to keep a simple way to remember it, scaring off the germs, you know what I'm saying? And how I will measure that is, I got a syringe here, what I'm going to soak my hydrogen peroxide up in. And I'm going to put it in a little container, just so I can, you know, hey, put it in a little container like so here. And it doesn't hurt if you go a little bit over or just a little bit under. But as you can see, my syringe, it has 2.5 right there. But just in case yours don't, there's no problem with going ahead with 3. So you're going to put that amount in each container. And this is not going to harm the plant. I mean, this is not going to harm your seeds at all. It's just going to make them better. So, all your jars is labeled. We're going to put the seeds in your jars. We're going to let these seeds soak. I'm going to do 48. I had so much success with the 48. Trust me, I've been doing this a long time, folks. We're going to go ahead and dump these guys inside. And we're going to let that soak for 48 hours. Of course, we'll check on them in 24 hours to see what seeds have sunken and what seeds have not sunk. But if you give them a tap, make sure they sink instead of float. They're absorbing water and oxygen like they should. If they're still floating, I'll give them another day or so. If they're still floating after 3 days, that seed is no good. The minimum is let them soak for 24 hours. Now, me, myself, I like to go for 48. Some people go for 3 days. Now, some folks like to cover them, some don't. You can see I'm in my grow tent, so I'm not going to really worry about covering them with a lid. But what I will do is, just in case, because I have had problems with little insects coming inside of here. And this time of year, nothing really might fly in here, but just because I can, I will cover the lids with the container the seeds came in. You know, just like I'm gonna let this soak for 2 days. We're gonna come back. You can change this water every day if you want. If you choose to do the 3 days, you can change it every day if you want. If you choose to do the 2 days. After 2 days, we're going to come and plant these in some soil. And I'll show you my part mix of my soil as well. But until then, this right here, I feel is a much needed step. So do this, folks. I guarantee you get a 95% success rate.
Hey, what's up, YouTube? Thanks for stopping by my channel. Hit that like button, leave me a comment. I drop videos once a week, so hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a thing. Thanks for watching. Yeah, you know what to do.